Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. Coach, I drew the short straw today, so I'm going to ask any update on Tyler, his availability. Has he passed any contact tests?
I'm not that irascible, am I? And Ramona and I are in a great place.
Yes.
I was not talking about Ramona. I think that's where
you got one more in you,
sometimes
Coach.
people read me wrong. So we're talking about Herro, huh? No new update. He's doing another contact workout today. I probably won't have anything for you tomorrow morning. Oh, we don't have a shoot around. Yeah.
So we're going to go through the same song again tomorrow.
Probably. Yeah. Somebody else draw that next draw.
Right here in the front.
Hello, Coach. Deniz Aksoy from Sport TV Turkey. Today, Novak Djokovic, after he won the French Open and in 23rd record, he won the title. He said, believe it and create it. That's what I've done. So as Miami Heat, you guys believed it. You believed during the playoffs, the conference finals. And then right now, how do you create it?
Yeah, we were actually just reading that. He was talking about the Mamba mentality and what a spectacular win and career. And he's talked about that mental side of the game. We have a very mentally tough team. We do believe in that. We have a big goal, and from our standpoint, nothing has changed. It is extremely challenging to accomplish that ultimate title. We have a very stubborn and defiant group, and I think it's good to have a little bit of defiance from time to time.
All the way in the back, Dan.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. Coach, I know the 3-point arc has been a bellwether in the series, and as the series have gone on, the number of open threes you guys have gotten have decreased a little bit. I'm just wondering what you feel about the process the offense has been generating as opposed to the results. How do you feel about the execution of it?
Yeah, we need to do a better job. Just overall, with our offense, some of the details and how we can shift their defense. They definitely made an adjustment to try to stay at home on our three-point shooters. It's not the first time we have faced that. I think that's a great compliment to them and how important they are to our offense. We just have to do it better. There are certain things that I thought we did great in Game 3. And then there's different things we did great in Game 4. Well, we just need to put it all together. And it might not be perfect, but put more things together that are in our strength zones, even against what they're trying to get accomplished. That's what the deal is. They're trying to take away certain things. We're trying to get to certain things. How can you get to it, and how can you get on your terms?
On the right, third row.
Hey, Coach. Sebastian Hernandez for Hispanic Sports Media. A few days ago, Jamal Crawford said that Nikola Jokic, he's so good that he's not even playing against Miami Heat players. He's playing against Spoelstra. What do you think about that words, and what's your perspective about that?
Look at me. I look ridiculous. I'm not out there playing. He's not playing against me. That's absurd. No.
Ira?
Speaking of absurd, it's the first time I've ever asked a question like this. What does it say about your mascot that he could take a punch from Conor McGregor, bounce back, and still be ready to go likely in the next home game?
That's the Miami Heat toughness that we're talking about. He should have been allowed to, take the first swing. Yeah. We won't reveal who that is, but he's tough. You can take a punch and get back up, and yeah, he's not going to miss any time.
Joe?
Joe Varn, the Athletic, try to steer this back towards the middle, but I guess somewhere along the same lines. You like to use the word gnarly. You say you have a gnarly team. You said Game 5 is going to be gnarly. What do you mean by that, and where does that come from as it relates to this team?
We have I've used this term before, savage competitors. They love the ultimate challenges and the ultimate competition. Some of the fiercest battles were back in training camp when we were competing and splitting up teams. We could barely get through those full contact practices without everybody screaming at each other, yelling at the coaches that are officiating, arguing about the scores. It's that level of intensity when they're playing and competing for a score. And love playing in these kind of environments, where it's the crowd's going to be great, tomorrow. Everybody's counting us out. We're used to that. But ultimately, it has to be decided between those four lines. The crowd's not going to decide it. The narratives aren't going to decide it. Whatever the analytics are about 3-1, that ain't going to decide it. It's going to be decided between those four lines, whose game can get to whose game and ultimately win at the end. That's what our guys love. That's what we're looking forward to it.
Last question in third row.
Coach Tomer Zarli from Clutch Points. The other day after the game, you said, let the players feel how they feel. They probably shouldn't sleep. How did the players, take the game, the flight, and getting here? And what was that range of emotion like getting him to?
Yeah, by the time we got on the flight, everybody was great. We get to compete in this kind of game, tomorrow night. Everybody's looking forward to that. If you're a real competitor, that you want this. You want the feeling that you have, today, tomorrow, leading up to the game, how you feel, in your heart and your stomach when that ball gets tipped up. We've had setbacks. That's part of the playoffs. Tough losses. Our group has shown a resilience to bounce back and show that defiance time and time again.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.